We'll have a day, Kyle Schwarber. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Show Media Interior Cap in this afternoon's game between the Phillies and the San Diego Padres as the Phillies defeat the Padres. Buffalo score of 8-5 as they win 3-4 to the Padres. How about that? What a series out there in San Diego. I understand the Padres were without Manny Machado, but it's not easy to win 3-4 out there. And I guess before getting into this video, please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. So the Phillies take care of business out there in San Diego. Kyle Schwarber with 4 RBIs on the afternoon. 4. Nick Castellanos a 4-hit afternoon. I mean, Alec Bohm with another double. Now 12 on the year. I mean, certainly a great offensive game for the Phils this afternoon. And the bullpen continues to be absolutely dominant. Of course, we had a streak going where we acquired 34 hitters in a row. Of course, unfortunately, it did come to an end after Eric Hosmer doubled off of Jose Alvarado. Of course, that can't last forever. This bullpen continues to be very, very dominant. Continues to get the job done. So I'm so proud of this Phillies team. I mean, we have a devastating blow last night with losing Harper on the 10-day IL. Of course, I think it's going to be much more than just 10 days, unfortunately. What I said this morning, I said other guys got to step up now. Other guys have to step up now. I mean, that is what we saw this afternoon. Kyle Schwarber, 4 RBI afternoon. Nick Castellanos, 4-hit afternoon. So I love to see that. And also, as I said before, Alec Bohm, helping his slugging percentage with another double. That is what he has to do. I said before, he doesn't have to hit the ball over the wall. Just hit doubles. Just hit and rank up the doubles. That's all I'm asking for. Just pick up the scoring summary here in the bottom of the first inning. Eric Hosmer grounds out to first base. Jerickson Profar comes around to score, and it's 1-0 San Diego here in the first. So Zach Eflin does produce the ground ball, but unfortunately, Hosmer is able to ground it to the right side. So this is a guy who he produces probably one of the most ground balls by any hitter in all of baseball. Eric Hosmer just hits the ball on the ground so much. That is why his long triangle is one of the worst in the game, and the Padres take a 1-0 lead. So, I mean, yes, he hit the ball on the right side. He got the job done for the Padres. And picking up here in the top of the second inning, Bryson Stott singles on a sharp ground ball to center field, and Drew Herrera comes around to score as the Phillies now tied at 1. So Stott, who did not play last night's ball game, comes back out and hits an RBI single to center field. I'm sure he's very disappointed that his roomie Bryce Harper is going out with an injury. I mean, it's definitely been on his mind, no question about it. Then we pick it up here in the same inning. Have a day, Kyle Schwarber, as he doubles on a sharp line drive to center field. Bryson Stott comes around to score, and the Phillies now take a 2-1 lead. So that was Schwarber's 12th double on the season. So he just continues to rank up those extra base hits. I mean, of course, he had the home run today, now the double here. So I love to see him, man. I mean, have a day, Kyle Schwarber. I mean, he's really just had an underrated year, man. Yes, I understand the average sits at 219, just below 220, 21 home runs. He's pushing 50 RBIs. Pick it up here in the bottom of the third inning. Austin Nola, Aaron Nola's brother, does it to us again as he doubles on a sharp line drive to center field. Jake Collingsworth and Eric Hosmer come around to score. Padres now retake the lead. Now a 3-2 ball game. So of course the Padres were in their camouflage uniforms this afternoon that they do wear on Sunday games. So they're definitely good looking, right? I mean, no question about it. I love how they support the military. I love to see that, right? I mean, we love to support those who fight for our country, so all about that for sure, and it's definitely something I really respect, something that they do, but unfortunately, Austin Nola gives the Padres a 3-2 lead, and he just loves hurting his brother's team. My goodness gracious, pipe down. Then we pick it up here in the same inning. C.J. Abrams, a ground rule double out to center field. Of course, it did bounce over the wall. Austin Nola and Nomar Morzaka come around to score, and the Padres now take a 5-2 lead. I mean, Kyle Gibson, my gosh. It's always that, every single start I talk about, it's always just that one part of the ball game that he just falls apart. I just never seen anything like it, and this is why they're not going to bring him back. I mean, he's on the final year of his deal. I wasn't crazy about it when we acquired him last July, and this is why. He's just middle of the road, and he's one of those guys that just is incapable of working himself out of trouble. Incapable. He can't do it. He just cannot do it. And it almost is like he just, steps in gum, like he just steps in quicksand, like he just can't get out of it. You have to take him out. He just gets in like a mental state of mind where he just can't work himself out of it, and it's just such a shame. really is just the same. His stuff was not good today at all. I mean, hanging breaking balls in the middle part of the plate. What do you expect to happen? It's like the Aaron Nola last year, hanging breaking balls in the middle part of the plate. What do you think is going to happen? I mean, trouble's going to happen. Bad things are going to happen. Then we pick it up here in the top of the 5th inning. Nick Castellanos, singles on a ground ball the other way to right field. Rhys Hoskins comes around to scores. The Phillies get a little, of course, they have 5-3 ball game. So, Casty with a 4-hit afternoon. So this is what I love to see, as I said before, because it's just so important. I mean, Kyle Schwarber stepping up. Nick Castellanos stepping up. So this is what needs to happen when the big guy goes down, right? And Mr. Harper, right? I mean, this is what needs to happen when Harper goes down, and it's just so devastating. You know, that's really rocking the clubhouse. I mean, they're definitely feeling it in there to not have that presence in the lineup every day. And of course, we did see how flat they were without him in Texas, but this is different. Right? I mean, he was just sideline blister on his left hand, and now he's on the IL. I mean, this is much more serious, of course. So I think the finality of it has kind of wakened these guys up. At least I hope. Picking up here in the top of the 7th inning, Schwarbs, we got to see a Schwarber bomb as Kyle Schwarber homers on a fly ball the other way to left field. A 3-run shutout also scores Bryson Stott and Matt Vierling, and the Phillies now take a 6-5 lead, and we love to see that. I mean, late in the game, a huge home run, something we don't really get to see too often. Now, 21 home runs on the year for Schwarbs. I mean, I was fired up. I mean, how can you not be? I mean, a huge hit. 4 years, $79 million. I mean, this has definitely worked out for the Phils so far. I mean, 100%. I mean, as I said, I would like to see him hit for a little bit higher average for sure. But the home runs have been there. I mean, he's getting on base. He's doing the things he needs to do. So I love it, man. I just love it. I mean, also, he's just come up clutch, like right here. I mean, for Bianchi, he's part of the huge reasons why we won this game. Huge. Pushing off 8 runs today. I mean, he drove in half of the runs that we scored. So how in the world can you not say he played a major part in this game? Of course he did. Have an afternoon, Kyle Schwarber. Phillies had some media play of the game. I mean, just unbelievable. Then we pick it up here in the top of the 8th inning. Garrett Stubbs, the best backup catcher in baseball, right? As he singles on a line drive to center field. Outbum comes around to score as the Phillies get a nice insurance run. Now a 7-5 ball game. He's just been so productive as the backup catcher. Much more productive than Andrew Knapp was, right? I mean, Andrew Knapp, of course, the switch hitter that couldn't catch the ball behind the plate. He couldn't hit the ball. He just couldn't do anything. Nothing personal, but my goodness gracious, he just was an absolute disaster. And Garrett Stubbs has been far more superior than Andrew Knapp was, 100%. Then we pick it up here in the top of the 9th inning. The Phils get another insurance run as a Ray Kerr throws a wild pitch, and Matt Vierling comes around to score as the Phillies now lead 8-5. So with the Phillies bullpen being as good as it has been, you felt pretty good at that. I mean, you even felt good at the Garrett Stubbs RBI single, but you felt, of course, better. I mean, how can you not? I mean, one more run to make it now a 3-run lead for the Phils, and they would go on to win by a score of 8-5. Take 3 of 4 against the San Diego Padres. Kyle Schwarber out of the leadoff spot collects 2 knocks. Of course, the RBI double and a 3-run home run also scoring. Just having an afternoon, Kyle Schwarber. 219 average now on the year, an 842 OPS, 21 tanks, 46 RBI. I love it, man. I just love it. Over this past week, he's hitting 275. Over his last 15, hitting 250, and over his last 30, 248. So he's starting to do Kyle Schwarber things. I mean, he's not going to really hit any higher than 250. Of course, he has to understand he did hit, right around 260 last year. Honestly, I understand he's a career 235 hitter, but he's going to hit around 250. At least that's what we hope. That's like the best case scenario, and that's okay. This as long as his OPS is well above 900. I mean, that's very, very productive. 100%. Rhys Hoskins only 1 knock this afternoon. Also scoring one of the Phillies 8 runs. K 3 times this afternoon. Not very good for him. Nick Castellanos 4 knocks this afternoon. Have a day. So it seems like it's been a while. I mean, he was due, right? He was due. I could finally say something good about Nick Castellanos. Drives his average all the way up to 252. Pretty much drove his average up like 10 points. This afternoon. He certainly needed this one. He certainly needed an afternoon like this afternoon. Hopefully, on Tuesday against the Atlanta Braves, maybe he'll go deep. Let's hope we see a Castellanos bomb Tuesday against the Atlanta Braves. That is what I'm hoping for. Didi Gregorius gets to start out at cleanup spot, and of course he doesn't do anything despite drawing a walk. Not sure why you're batting Didi cleanup and outbound. Only one hit. Of course, it was a double, right? I mean, so 12 doubles on the year for outbound. He had 2 last night, so I'm a big fan of what he's been doing, right? He's starting to collect the extra base hits, right? I love it. So OPS now climbs to 652. So it's pretty much right around the end of the game. But I mean, just keep doing this, and it's going to keep climbing. Just keep doing this, it's going to keep climbing. So it certainly helped the slugging percentage. And Joe Pereira also one knock this afternoon. So he was also able to score in one of the Phillies' 8 runs as well. And Garrett Stubbs. Only hit was a big one, that line drive single up the middle. Nice insurance run for the Phillies. Of course, Garrett Stubbs. I mean, doing Garrett Stubbs things. What can you not like this guy? Bryson Stott also one knock this afternoon was that nice RBI single that tied the game at 1 all the way back at the beginning. He scores 2 of the Phillies' 8 runs this afternoon. Certainly a productive afternoon for him. Also draws a walk. And Matt Vierling continues to be productive. Of course, we did get to see him hit that double. Scores 2 runs. I mean, in 239 average now for Matt. So I love it. I told you, man. Of course, he didn't have a very good night last night, but I said, still, he's been overall so productive. So I love it, man. I mean, as I said, when Harp goes down, it's nice to see other guys step up. I mean, this was not a flat game today at all. I mean, we showed fight. We fought back. I mean, this is a good win. This is a good one. I mean, the bullpen continues to do its job. This was certainly a feel-good, exciting win, right? I mean, just coming back later at the Schwarber bomb, 3-run home run. I love it, man. I just love it. So Matt Vierling, certainly a good afternoon for him. And Kyle Gibson, 2 2/3, 4 hits, 5 runs, all 5 were earned, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. The ERA now climbs to 4.48. And thankfully for the Phils, Spencer Howard has not worked out with his Rangers. But my gosh, man, I mean, this guy, I just even wrote back to the Broads media tweet, of him, when they said, oh, Kyle Gibson just exited the game. I wrote back and said, it's every start. I mean, it's just, it's every single start. We see it every time. It's just this one part of the game. It's almost just hits a wall. Like, he just steps in quick stand. He steps in gum and he just can't get out of it. So we see it every single start. It's the same story. It's the same story as I said. I mean, hung the breaking ball over the middle part of the plate. What do you think is going to happen? These are big league hitters. You're not facing a local Little League team, are you? Terrible, job at locating today. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Nick Nelson came in and pitches a solid 3 1/3, lowers his ERA now down to 4.66. I mean, huge. I mean, collected 2 strikeouts. He definitely had a good afternoon for us. Working in with a solid bottom of the 7th inning as he pitched a 1-2-3 inning. Jose Alvarado, despite allowing that double to Eric Hosmer, was able to get out of it. So he, strikes out the side here tonight. 1-0 loss to San Diego on Friday night, and then he comes back out this afternoon and gets the job done here as well, despite allowing that double. And of course, it didn't amount to anything because he was able to get out of it. Lowers his ERA down to 5.95. So this is the thing. Jose has so much potential. So much potential. I mean, I've never doubted that. I mean, I always said he has good stuff. Even when I'm really mad at him, I always said he has good stuff. I still don't really like the guy very much, but I've always said that if he could locate it, it's game over. Andrew Bellotti, a great bottom of the 9th inning as he was able to get the job done. Of course, he had a nice, comfortable 3-run lead as he got his first career save. So a nice job by Andrew Bellotti to get the job done there. I mean, nice job not using Serenity Dominguez, right? I mean, I like to see that, right? I mean, just rest him a little bit. Of course, Rob Thompson said he was not going to use Brad Anderson and Dominguez this afternoon, right? I mean, that was pretty much a foregone conclusion. Either, come in and pitch or we're warming up the past 3 or 4 days, so he did not feel comfortable putting him in. And I completely understand that. So certainly a feel-good win. I mean, fighting back, coming back, and winning. I love it. So we take 3 out of 4. One thing I do want to say, of course, the Mets were able to go there, and they did lose 2 out of 3. But one thing I will say, I mean, that was when the Padres had Manny Machado. If you do remember, Manny Machado did significant damage against the Mets in that series. And I understand this was a really good Padres team, and I don't need to be, damper in the mood here, but they were without Manny Machado. And of course, when the Mets faced him, they did have Manny Machado. So it certainly made it a little bit more tougher for the Mets. Maybe the series would have gone a little bit differently if the Padres did have Manny Machado. Of course, it would have had some factor, but still, the Phillies played very good baseball. I mean, they still were showing fight. They were still, really in the game. I will say that, despite that 1-0 loss on Friday night, that was just ridiculous. But anyway, hey, we still won 3 out of 4. We easily could have swept, though. That's one thing, one daring thing. But, having Manny Machado not in the line for the Padres certainly helped their chances. So off day, we finally end this long, long road trip. My gosh. Feels like it's been forever since I broke out those red pinstripes. 7:05, the first pitch. To be determined for Atlanta. Zach Wheeler makes the start. 6-4 at a 2.77 ERA. The ace of this rotation, right not far behind Mr. Aaron Nola. A little 1-2 punch, as I talked about before. Lose on a walk-off home run. Love to see that. The Phillies are able to get the job done. That's all that matters. And of course, the Braves and Dodgers battling out on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. So guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, check out the social media. Link to the description section at Phillies Hot Stove Media. Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at bhotstovemedia. Call or text 267-225-392. Email me, phillieshotsmedia@gmail.com. So guys, Thank you so much for watching. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you. Let's go, Phillies.